Hello, hello. I am back to help you do this thing called life. We've been talking about Jesus, his temptations, his emotions, all the things that made him human, just like we are. And then we've been looking at his responses to people, his responses to situations, to see how we should be handling ours. And right now we've been talking about the events surrounding the Last Supper, what was going on there. The fact that Jesus did say that he let the disciples know that one of them was going to betray him. And as we ended yesterday, it was I think it was the part where Jesus said, he told Judas, whatever you're going to do, go on and hurry and do it. Do it quickly. And that 27th verse, I believe. I'm not sure. I just looked at it, but I can't remember exactly which verse it was. It may be the 29th, y'all. I'm not 100% certain. But it said that Judas got up after Jesus said that. Judas got up with the bread and he left. And it said, it said he left at once, and it said, and it was night. Whew. So, what Judas did was absolutely, positively wrong. But, how do I put it? I don't necessarily think it was with 100% malicious intent. I think that Judas was failing to see that his actions would really, really affect Jesus and affect everything. I've heard some theologians talk about how, Jesus is king. That's what he was saying. And they were all saying he's king of the Jews. I've heard some say that Judas actually thought that this was going to help that happen. He felt like it was going to come into play. I don't know all of that stuff. But what I do believe is that what Judas didn't have as much to do with betraying Jesus as it had to do with him being self-serving. And I hope that makes sense to you. There are so many times that people are so selfish and self-centered that they don't realize what they're doing has irreversible effects at times. And so, although, yes, he was 100% wrong, we know that it was necessary in order for God's will to be fulfilled. God already saw that. It was already in the plan. God already knew what was going to happen. But I really believe, I remember the Lord telling me one time about some trauma or adversity that I had experienced in my past. And he was like, it ain't had nothing to do with you. Those people were going through their own issues, doing what they were doing. And it had nothing to do with you. And I think this time Jesus was impacted by someone's selfish decisions. Judas wanted personal gain. He wanted money. And it had said right after Jesus gave him the bread, it said Satan entered him. And then once Judas left, it says, and it was night. And I think that's saying a lot. I think his heart had become dark. I think sometimes we go through our night, and sometimes it's at the hands of someone else. But what we know is, man, did light ever come? Light did come. But this is the night season that Jesus is entering into. And I believe that Satan had entered Judas and it had become his night. It was dark. And I just encourage you, if you're in a dark place, if you're in a dark season, Be encouraged. Stay encouraged. Know that the night for you is not the end. Morning is going to come. And with that morning comes joy. This has been One More Minute with Marcy. I'll be back tomorrow with another moment of momentum producing motivation. Until then, stay encouraged. And remember, you got to flutter before you can fly. But flying is in your future.